Welcome to ChampionsHeart. You can't play boxing. Featuring boxing addict Johnny Faraće and friends from superfans to superstars. Let's roll.
Hey, boxing fans, and welcome to You Can't Play Boxing. Today I have on my show the most talked about amateur now turning pro out of Hialeah, Florida. Welcome, Aaron Aponte. How you doing, Aaron?
The pleasure's all mine. The pleasure's all mine.
Thank you. And with him is his coach, Michael Robles, who they've been together for a very long time, and I'm going to let them go ahead and kind of give you a little background on how they got started together. Go ahead.
Hey, thanks for having me, John.
Thanks for being on. Thanks for being here, Mike. So you guys, Aaron, why don't you just, the first question always is, how'd you get started boxing? Everybody wants to know. You're coming out of the amateurs with an incredible 98-18 record. Let's reel it back to the beginning. Let everybody know how you got started in boxing.
It all started with I was playing baseball and I wanted to get stronger, so build up strength. I did boxing, and eventually I started getting better and better, and I chose boxing over baseball.
You got off to a blazing start. You had your first knockout at 13 years old?
13, yeah.
Talk a little bit about that and how that changed your view in boxing.
My first knockout, it was like a start to me realizing my power, and I just fell in love with it. So I eventually started knocking a lot more people out because I started learning how to knock a lot of people out.
We're an equal sum of those we surround ourselves with, and you're surrounding yourself with an amazing coach sitting next to you. Mike, tell me about when you came aboard and what you saw in him at an early age.
When him started, I had just finished with Francis, champion, and I had to take some time off. And I had a friend of mine, which actually my barber, and brought me to the gym, to his dad. He said, you need to go over there, work with him, they're good people, you're going to vibe. And he has a good son that's really good. And I hesitated a little bit, I don't want to do boxing. And I went back, and I finally went in, and I saw him in the ring. He was not this big. He was a little kid, skinny little kid, see his arms. And he was just punching and doing some drills, and I kept going. And after that, we just combined. Everything happened, and we've been together for going to 6 years now in November.
Tell me about some of the highlights on the amateurs, because you had an unbelievable career. Go through some of your highlights.
Yeah. 5-time national champion. I won the Junior Olympics. I was on the national Argentinian team. I was ranked number one in the United States from 2017 to 2019.
Beautiful. On the end of that, you had an opportunity to possibly fight for your mother's home country of Argentina, which you're representing. I believe you went to the trials. Tell a little bit about that experience.
It was tough because I had to fight basically everybody from Argentina, and they were throwing everybody on me because they didn't want some gringo coming in and taking their spot. So I had to fight everybody. And I beat everybody with no problem and with ease. And I took the spot.
You got the spot, and then COVID hit. And here it changed everyone's lives, right? And so you and your great team, and Mike and your father, and who has been obviously your coach and your family, which I want to touch on that one quick second too, because I've always been a huge proponent of how important your close family and your people close to you are. Your family, your mother and your father, and and Melissa have been a huge part of your support throughout your talk about how important that is.
I feel like I would not be here without them. My mom, my dad sacrificed everything to come open up a gym. He quit his job. He opened up this boxing business, and then we got into this. My mom has been supporting us, helping us go to every tournament, and just verbally supporting us. So, it helps a lot when you have a good family or close inner circle that's supporting you. So,
absolutely,
I feel like that's a big thing that helped me.
Absolutely, that's one huge thing that impressed me. Besides what you did inside the rinks, I've seen you at a very young age coming up, but those people you surrounded yourself
I used to fight at your gym that you used to have.
Yeah, man, I remember. And I had such admiration for you and how your coaches and how coachable you were, and your great coaches in your corner, and I admired them. And matter of fact, I even borrowed your coaches one time up in Kansas City. Thanks, guys. Thanks, fellas. I appreciate that. So, all right, man. Yes, sir. That was good times. You guys put in that hard work, and you guys put in that what it takes to get where you are now. Life's about to change. And it's about to change quick, too. So you just signed. Yes, sir. You just signed with Peter Kahn, one of the boxing managers of the year. I think he was a finalist last year for the Writers Association. Great guy. Yes, you're another great person you surround yourself with. So let everybody know. So I know you got a little announcement. Yes, sir, you do. And you got your first pro fight coming up, even everything going on. Go ahead and let everybody know about it.
June 28th is the date I've been given so far. They're working on ESPN, having it on ESPN Knockouts, and having it here in Miami.
Beautiful.
Somewhere in the South Florida area.
All right. How do you feel now? You're on the cusp of something great. Of course, all this hard work, and I know the blood, sweat, and tears it takes, man. I know.
Yeah.
Tell me, give it a little feeling about how you feel right now. Because we're going to talk again in a few years. I'm going to ask you this question again.
Yeah.
I want to hear now.
It's real exciting. It's like the beginning of a whole different life. It's like I've been working this whole time in the amateurs, and it's like everything's about to come together. All that experience, all that, everything. And a bonus is I'm going to get paid.
For him, it's going to be that the opponent has to try to adapt to him because he's been imposed his will no matter what style you have. His IQ, his focus, his hard work. And then, as we know in boxing, you got natural power, and he has natural power on both hands. So it's going to be real dangerous with little gloves. It's at the age of being a youth and a small kid fighting, knocking kids out at the age of 13, as you mentioned, with bigger gloves, as you know, they are, the padding's bigger, we have headgear on, and he's putting people to sleep, kids. Imagine the small little 8 gloves with a professional hand wrap and no headgear. I think a lot of people are not going to stand in front of him and take that power.
You mentioned all those attributes that it takes, all those different things. You got your physical being, you got your you got your mental, but the IQ is so important. And Aaron is that's one thing I really admired about him. He adjusts in there, he keeps calm. His boxing IQ is definitely far above the level, amateurs. So he's definitely ready for the pros. And when I saw you fight that international tournament against England, you made a beautiful adjustment.
Yeah.
That was a great fight.
Yeah, it was a real good fight. And then I had the crowd hyping me up. And the kid was tough. He was a real tough kid.
Nice.
He was, he seemed like he had a lot of experience. And I really had to dissect him.
He came to fight.
Yeah,
I know that.
I believe, if I'm not mistaken, but I believe he was ranked. He was ranked over there in his country.
Nice.
Like top 5.
Yeah, nice.
Oh, yes. Okay, I just got side information. He was ranked #1.
He was ranked number 1. Tell me how training may change now that you're a pro and what you're going to do different.
I feel like I'm going to have to sit down a little more so I can punch harder and focus more on defense because you can't make a lot of mistakes in the pros.
Right.
Pros, there's no headgear, smaller gloves, the punches are harder. So I feel like I'm going to have to focus on defense. And, we never stop working. We're going to have to not fix, but make better everything. Everything has to get better if we're going to have to reach the top level.
What we're doing is, like, we had our first sparring last Saturday. He sparred against a pro, 13-0. And we saw all the adjustments that we have made. We've been getting ready for this transition now from amateur to pro. And off of that, just like you mentioned, we're going to keep adjusting and perfecting because our goal is for him to be world champion, unified, at least 3 weight classes, maybe 4 weight classes unified. Okay. And my goal as a coach is to make the most perfect fighter ever. Where there's no mistakes, no error, and he's perfect. That there's no flaws, no mistakes, and he can't be beat. He's one of those fighters, you know how we're many fighters, champions and all that. And he's one fighter he's never ever said no. Or just to work out, or can't do this, not do that. And on the other hand, we have to tell him, go Go home and rest.
You have to tell him to go home. Go home, champ.
Yeah, go home. So as far as his work ethic is outstanding. It's beyond and beyond world champions that I've seen train.
I wanted to jump in there real quick, Mike, because you have trained. Tell us a little bit about yourself and who you've trained.
I was in the beginning of the career in boxing as an all, I was willing to learn, and I rotated a few coaches that had champions that turned into world champions, prospects and all that. And I was always like, I was always in the back end, learning and working with them and helping the coaches stuff. And like you said, you mentioned Brian Randall when he won his first title, Rancy Barthélemy, or a few more David Strada when he fought Shane Mosley. A few names out. We did a camp with Rancy Barthélemy and Lara. It's not the Lara one before Canelo. Then we did a combined camp with Ronnie Shield. So I had to have. I'm a young coach who have a lot of knowledge from other older coaches that I have the pleasure to be around and learn from them. Just sit down and listen, not speak so much. Just listen and take that with me and able to project it with him and also with even his dad. His dad. He's been in boxing and he's been his son as an amateur, and he turned also as a friend. He turned also into a mentor and almost like a big brother figure of guidance of everything as far as life and boxing. And I have learned a lot also with his father also as a coach. So we just put everything we put everything together and just made it, just evolved and made the Alien King.
The Alien King.
Around the whole world. Yeah.
The Alien King has arrived. Yes, sir. The Alien King has arrived. Real quick, before we get going, let's talk about your weight. Your fight at, I believe, junior welterweight, 140?
140.
Yeah, you're what, 7 foot tall?
6.
No, 6 foot tall. Okay, yeah. Big. Oh man,
I'm still growing because he's only 18. His birthday's coming up.
Only 18.
Yeah, only 18.
Turned
Watch out,
19 in
man.
July.
That you could be standing in your corner and your opponent in his corner, and you could throw a jab and probably touch him.
You probably hit him.
Let everybody know how they can get a hold of you because they want to follow you because your career is about ready to rapid fire off. So let them know.
Follow me on Instagram, Twitter at Aaron Alien King, and on Facebook you can follow me at Aaron Alien King Aponte.
Excellent. You coach.
And also, if you want to get any of the hot gear we have, any apparels and stuff, you go to Alien King Apparels, and he's on Instagram. You can go click on there in the link. You can order your stuff. We're working on a website where you can order all your products. And right now we have hats, T-shirts, with a whole bunch of line coming out pretty soon. And I will post it up on his line and all that. But y'all can always reach out there, or you can come to the gym at KO Fitness here in Hialeah Gardens and pick up your apparel also.
Right.
KO Fitness Miami. Once you put an IG at KO Fitness Miami or pop up or KO Fitness Inc. Work on there. You can follow us, the story as we're going now since we're back up and running to probably we always put up videos and training with small clips and stuff so people can see that, the kid we don't miss a day, or twice a day, or 3 times. We don't count the run. That's religion. You gotta get up at 5 and run. Yep. And then the other 2 trainings during the day, and that's all he do. So that's why I expect him to be the king of the new phase of boxing coming up.
A student of the sport, and he's dedicated to the sport, and he's a lifer of the sport like yourself, and I'm super excited for you guys, and congratulations on graduating. Champ, that was last year you graduated from high school, by the way, so you got that out of the way. Congratulations. You're also a gym owner, aren't you? Part owner at KO Fitness as well?
Yeah, he's the boss.
You're the boss. You own the gym, right? You're right. Boss.
He's the boss. Yeah. His dad and I, we both split the gym going. The gym, that's the main reason we made this structured, strong foundation to build for his career. At the end of the day, he's the boss.
Right.
We work.
You know what? That's it. You walk into that gym with that mindset, and you're gonna go a long ways, champ. Man, I appreciate you guys coming on and chatting with me today.
Thank you.
Thanks for having me, John.
Yeah, and we'll be chatting again soon.
Anytime.
Yes, sir. I'll be coming down. For sure.
Anytime, pop over here. We do the show you want.
I would love to. Thanks, fellas. I appreciate you coming on. Take care, guys. We'll be looking out for you.
Take care.
Can't play boxing.
All right, baby.